right, so the quest for the Latino vote, it's well underway in battleground states like Arizona. Spanish language radio station, it's emerged as a trusted messenger in the community. MSNBC contributor Paola Ramos joins us now with that story. You went to Arizona, as we always depend on you doing, and you went to the station.
That's right.
How are they communicating?
So I think this particular station understands something very important, right? And that is this idea that mis and disinformation doesn't operate in a vacuum when we're talking about Latino voters, right? That mis and disinformation, that big lie that we talk about when we think about Arizona, all of that feeds off this deeply rooted sense of mistrust a lot of Latinos carry.
Yeah.
Now, the disinformation feeds off this generational trauma. And what we found in Arizona is that all of that is creating this environment where there's a lot of apathy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of disenchantment. There's a lot of mistrust. And so the big question leading into 2024 is how can you reinstate that mistrust? And who can do it? Who can do that? And so we found this one radio station, Radio Campesina, and they're trying to do exactly that. Take a look. Radio Campesina is about to record their morning show called Punto de Vista. Today's theme is mis and disinformation, and they'll be dispelling a lot of the themes and narratives that Latino voters are exposed to here.
El día de hoy vamos a platicar acerca de lo que es la desinformación y cómo combatirla.
Nuestra comunidad necesita información correcta.
With the swing state of Arizona up for grabs in the 2024 election, Radio Campesina, a Spanish-language radio network, has emerged as a purveyor of truth amid a landscape filled with misinformation.
Mira, nos mandan esta pregunta. Normalmente la gente tenemos dudas para votar por correo porque dicen que se van a perder las boletas. Ahí está la desinformación.
Ahí está. Me encanta esa pregunta porque les menciono, se puede rastrear su boleta.
The radio station is also an effective mobilizer for a community whose relationship with politics has been strained by the past.
Nos está sintonizando, usted está ahorita en la construcción, está de campesino, tal vez está en un restaurante y usted da cuenta.
The station has been a consistent and trusted messenger for decades, ever since it was founded by labor activist Cesar Chavez in 1983. It was meant to serve as a voice for the Spanish-speaking community, including in Arizona. This state has been home to some of the country's most anti-immigrant policies, from racial profiling by Sheriff Joe Arpaio to the Show Me Your Papers law in 2010 to Senate candidate Carrie Lake, who says an invasion is happening at the southern border.
Joe Biden es diferente. Él lucha para que...
The Biden campaign has already launched Spanish-language radio ads on Radio Campesina and other Spanish-language stations in Arizona and Nevada, marking what it says is the earliest ever investment by Democrats in Black and Latino radio for a re-election campaign. So far, the Trump campaign has focused more on the early primary states. They didn't respond to our questions about their plans for Arizona. Misinformation and disillusionment can feed off the deeply rooted mistrust many Latinos feel. And that's why Radio Campesina has taken to connecting with its audience in a unique and traditional way.
It's Saturday night in Phoenix, Arizona, and we're at this rodeo community event that's being hosted by Radio Campesina. But this is so much more than just fun and games. There's a political strategy. This is Radio Campesina's way of building trust with the community.
El día de hoy mi familia Vota vino a registrar nuestra comunidad para que el día de mañana estemos listos para salir a votar.
Radio Campesina knows the way into their community, and it's through outreach events like this.
Here are people that are trying to have fun. They're here for the rodeo, to drink, to be with their families, and yet you all on stage were talking about politics and disinformation. Was that strategic?
Yes, because yes, we are here to celebrate, enjoy a day, but this is the way you do it, by registering to get out to vote and understanding that you cannot allow any misinformation stop you to vote.
We were curious, just how deep does that misinformation and mistrust go?
Muchas personas que están hablando sobre fraude electoral, cuestionando las elecciones del 2020. ¿Usted ha escuchado esas cosas?
Pues que le dan favoritismo a los racistas, que no cuentan el voto hispano. Y pues, quién sabe, ¿verdad?
El presidente Trump dice muchas veces que las elecciones, que él ganó las elecciones. ¿Usted se cree eso?
Pues puede que sí, porque la verdad mucha gente sí lo quiere.
So you still believe that Trump may have won the election? There's a lot of mistrust in the community. I mean, we've been talking to people. There's a lot of different information that they're hearing. Can they trust Radio Campesina?
They trust the brand. We have been there next to them at the front line. They need us more than ever.
With millions of dollars spent courting Latino voters, with countless digital initiatives set up to counter the big lie and drive voter turnout, the answer may lie in the trusted messenger and the voice that has always had the ear of the community.
So I think the point is, Yasmin, there's so many big media players out there.
Yeah.
There's so much dis and misinformation, but the point is, do not underestimate these small entities like Radio Campesina. Right? They have a lot
so
of power.
obvious, so simple, yet so effective, and fascinating that it was founded by Cesar Chavez.
That's right.
Exactly. Paola, thank you so much, as always. That was a great piece. Thank you. Still to come, everybody. A battle, not even for